Welcome to SNP Knowledge Series, PMP Exam Success Tips and Tricks, by SN Panigrahi, Authorized Training Partner, ADP, Instructor of PMI, USA.
Get to know your PMP exam. Eligibility requirements for applying for PMP exam: 4-year degree, bachelor's degree or global equivalent. Plus, minimum 3 years or 35 months unique non-overlapping professional project management experience. Plus, 35 contact hours of formal education. PMP Exam New Pattern. With effective from the 2nd of January 2021, the exam pattern is changed. Up to the 31st of December 2020, the PMP exam is based on 5 process domains. These 5 process domains are now merged into one domain called process. Additionally, 2 new domains are added, namely people domain and business environment. That means with effective from the 2nd of January 2021, now there are 3 domains: people domain, process domain, business environment domain. 3 new domains. Project management professionals now need more diverse skills and approaches than ever before. The Project Management Professional (PMP) Registered Certification Exam, effective from the 2nd of January 2021, focus on 3 new domains: people domain, emphasizing the skills and activities associated with effectively leading a project team. People domain has now 42% weightage in the PMP exam. Process domain, reinforcing the technical aspects and processes of managing a project. Process domain has now 50% weightage in the PMP exam. Business environment domain, highlighting the connection between projects and organization strategy. Business environment domain has 8% weightage in the PMP exam. Now exam course content ECO spans the value delivery spectrum, including predictive, agile and hybrid life cycle approaches, included across the 3 exam domains. The new exam pattern is comprised of 180 questions, as against in the previous exam pattern 200. All questions are scoring and marked. Time duration is 230 minutes to complete the exam. There are now 2 10-minute breaks in the exam. These 2 breaks are optional. The first break will appear after the candidate completes questions 1 to 60 questions and review all the answers. The second break will appear after candidate completes 120 questions and confirms that he or she have reviewed all of the answers. Please note, once the candidate reviews the responses and start the break, they will not be able to return to the questions from the previous section of the exam for review. That means once a break is taken, then questions up to the break will be freezed and no more available for review. PMP Exam New Pattern. Type of questions. Questions will be a combination of multiple choice, multiple responses, choose 2 or choose 3, matching tables, hotspot, image-based visual questions, and limited fill in the blank. You have 2 options to take PMP exam. 1. Taking exam at the prescribed test centers. 2. Exam online from home or office, 24/7. You can now take the PMP certification exam online from home or office, 24/7. Administered on a secure platform using proven exam delivery technology, the online exam is exactly the same as the version administered at a test center, the same quality, the same questions, and there's even a live proctor. With 24/7 testing options to accommodate your schedule, you can take the exam day or night as per your convenience. All you need is a computer with a webcam, reliable internet connection, quiet space where you can spend a few uninterrupted hours. For more details, you may visit below link. Develop a strategy that suits you. What is the best strategy for the exam? There is no one-size-fits strategy that works for everyone. Different people have different levels of education backgrounds, experience and exposure to projects. Everyone has his or her own way of understanding, absorbing and learning abilities and styles. Also, everyone has not the same level timelines and schedules to spare time for the exam preparation. Some may prefer textual reading, whereas others may like visual mode of learning or audio visuals. Some others may take written notings while learning. There are others who study best in a group, whereas others may prefer individual learning by their own. So, the best way to crack PMP exam is to understand your strengths and weaknesses as well as your study styles and convenience of timelines. Try different approaches in your study preparations and mock PMP tests and settle with one that works the best for you and suits you. PMP exam preparations. Give yourself around 2 to 3 months for preparation for PMP exam. This is enough time if you are able to study 3 hours per day. Schedule your exam date and chase behind it. If targets are fixed, then the positive anxiety within you propels motivating force that puts your thoughts, actions and efforts in right direction. Why then wait? Put in all our efforts for 2 to 3 months to add prestigious PMP tag to your name and remember for lifelong. When to take PMP exam. Start your journey of PMP exam preparations once you decided to take 35-hour contact classes. Going through formal training courses and education can help refresh your foundations. This will greatly help to recapitulate lessons learned during class when your memories are reasonably fresh. Based on this, you can build a strong foundation and refresh your learning. While your learning curve is at the peak, start journey of PMP preparations seriously and schedule your exam. You may remember subjects learned for 1 or 2 weeks, unless refreshed again. Then after generally, your memory may fade out. If you start PMP preparations immediately, will also help you identify any weak areas that you need to focus your studies. So, wisely decide your course of action before you lose the grip of the subjects learned. When to take PMP exam. Ideal time to take PMP test is within 2 to 3 months after training classes. Practice, practice, practice. More you practice, more confidence you will gain. PMP exam questions are mostly scenario-based. Practice questions can help you apply theoretical knowledge to various scenarios, and help you identify different question types and the best strategies to tackle them. Take full mock tests. Apart from practicing question and answers, as per your convenience of time, you also need to take full mock tests, at least 2 or 3, each 180 questions. This will test your stamina required to sit continuously for this extended exam period of 230 minutes. Mock tests will also help you monitor your progress and tailor your test-taking strategy. Noting down keywords or phrases. Different people have different ways and styles of learning. Since the course content of PMP is heavy and you have to memorize various key concepts, terminologies, processes, tools etc., therefore, it is strongly advised to note down keywords or phrases with your understanding, while reading or preparing for the exam. This will help you to remember for a long time and able to recollect easily in the PMP exam. This is a very success technique to crack the PMP exam. Some of examples are: Project Charter, Keywords Approval Note. Delphi Technique, Keyword Anonymous. Affinity Diagram, Keyword Grouping. Pareto Diagram, Keywords Prioritization or 80/20 Rule. WBS Dictionary, Keywords Summary Notes of Work Packages. Focus and learn Agile concepts. Though specifically not mentioned anywhere by PMI, a lot of Agile-related questions are appearing in the PMP exam with new pattern with effective from the 2nd of January, 2021. The new PMP exam content will cover 50% predictive approach and 50% Agile and hybrid approach across all 3 exam domains. That means, around half of the questions on the new exam pattern are based on Agile and hybrid approaches. Therefore you must have both knowledge and experience of what it's like to work in these environments. So, focus your efforts on Agile concepts. Practicing question and answers. The most important PMP exam preparation activity is to practice as many sample questions as you possibly can. Maybe more than practicing 1,000 questions. Following are some of the tips while practicing. First, study the relevant chapter or selected topic or subject from the course material or any other standard reference guides. You may refer to summary notes available at PMP, Rapidex, Pass at First Attempt, an easy reference guide for PMP exam, by SN Panigrahi. So you will have basic understanding of the subject and the concepts. Once you gained a reasonable understanding of the subject, only then after start practicing Q&As. In the initial stages of learning, do not bother for score. If you are not answered correctly, not to worry. Take this as an opportunity to learn why you are wrong and what is the correct answer. Learn the subject, concept and logic behind it. This way your learning will be strengthened. This will provide you solid foundation of conceptual and logical understanding of the subject to pass the PMP exam. PMP exam reference books. Prepare well for the PMP exam. You refer quality PMP exam reference books, the PMBOK guide, and other books and practice sample questions. Some of them are PMP Exam Prep by Rita Mulcahy, PMP Rapidex, Pass at First Attempt, an easy reference guide for PMP exam by SN Panigrahi. Head First PMP, a learner's companion to passing the Project Management Professional exam by Jennifer Green. The PMP Exam, How to Pass on Your First Try by Andy Crow. PMP Practice Exam, JLH McGraw-Hill. PMP Exam Prep 1000 Questions, Answers and Explanation by Christopher Scordo. Essential Scrum, a practical guide to the most popular Agile process by Kenneth S. Rubin. Agile Practice Guide, PMI. PMI ACP Exam Prep by Mike Griffiths, 2nd edition. PMP New Exam Pattern. Tips and Trick. PMP is not so difficult exam, but it is tricky exam. The way the words are phrased in the PMP questions make you confuse. Deliberately, PMI introduces some confusing elements. If you know the tips and tricks of the PMP exam and practice a lot of mock tests, then it is not difficult to pass the exam. Let us discuss here some of tips and tricks to make you answer questions correctly and pass the exam confidently. Types of questions. As you started practicing question and answers, you may find a variety of questions. These questions may be divided into certain categories. Some are short and direct questions, whereas mostly others are lengthy. These are scenario-based questions. There are others which are formula-based. Mathematical questions. There will also some interpretational questions. Questions on professional and social responsibility or ethics and code of professional conduct. Even some questions are simply common sense based or questions to test your practical experience. PMP exam tips. Situational questions. Almost all the PMP questions are scenario-based. Situational questions. Questions expect you to assume as a project manager and answer in a given situation. What could be your response? So, the questions mostly looks like, what should the project manager do? What should the project manager do first? What must the project manager do next? How can the project manager address this issue or situation? What can you do, as a project manager, to improve the situation? How should the project manager respond to this challenge? What should the project manager do to help reduce these conflicts or avoid risks? What should the project manager have done differently to avoid this situation? What is the next step the project manager should take in this scenario? What tool or technique does the project manager use in this scenario? What is the correct step to be taken by project manager? As a project manager, which option will you choose? What is the best course of action? Decision making. As a project manager, you have to take a lot of decisions. In the PMP exam, there are many questions that tests your conceptual understanding about decision making. Here are some of the tips. Relay decision making on fact-based. Don't go with bias or on somebody's telling. Postponing or differing or avoidance or ignoring doesn't provide solution. So avoid such options. Select option which provides appropriate solution. Concrete decision with logical or scientific approach. Project manager needs to understand the situation and the context. Option with a workable solution is the best choice. Prefer the option where there is collective decision making involving team. Escalating issues or last resort. As a project manager, try to solve issues and problems as far as possible within your scope. Escalate only when it is beyond your scope. So make least preference of option where escalation to top management is mentioned. Questions with conflicting situations or options. Many times there may be multiple options looks very near to the correct answer, but they may not be completely true. May be partially true. In such situations you have to select the more appropriate option. More accurate one. When there is conflicting issues, then go with most accurate method or approach. Go with actual data or information. Rejection is the best process of selection. When you are not very sure of correct answer, try to eliminate which are not correct. Then you will arrive at correct answer. Avoid extraneous information. Many times extraneous data or superfluous information is provided which may not be relevant to the subject or context. So ignore such extraneous information. Answer questions backed by facts. Reference to relevant documents, fact-finding. Any issue about any conditions of the contract, refer to contract or agreement. Quality-related, refer to quality matrix. Requirement-related, requirement matrix. Acceptance criteria, quality matrix. Scope statement, WBS dictionary. PMP exam doesn't test your memory power. No direct questions appear in the exam. Simply, memory dumping will not work out. You need not by heart subject, definitions, formulae, and other processes to reproduce in the exam. Almost all the questions are scenario-based. Questions are framed to test your knowledge and conceptual understanding of project management. You have to understand the context of the question, relate the concept and apply common sense or practical experience to answer. However, you have to logically remember some key processes, important tools and deliverables. Do not break the law and ethics. In the PMP exam there may be some questions where there are some emergency situations. Even in any compelling and emergency situations, do not break the laws, statutory regulations, company policies, ethics and professional conduct. Always have positive outlook. Options abiding by law only has to select. Synchronize your thinking with the PMI guidelines. There will be many questions that require you to synchronize your thinking with the PMI guidelines. Do not assume or presume beyond the context of the question. Confine to the given situation. You have to select best option considering given context or situation in the question. Negative phrase questions. Many PMP questions have negative phrasing which certain times confuse you or takes longer time to answer. Negative phrase questions like, which is not correct? Which one is false? Which is not true? Double negative questions. None of the following are true except the question really mean, which one of the following is correct? None of the following are false except the question really mean, which one of the following is false? All are correct except the question really mean, which one of the Cut-off marks. Please note there is no cut-off marks prescribed by PMI. Based on difficulty level of questions, the system has inbuilt algorithm which decides pass or fail. Therefore different candidates may have different cut-off. Cut-off marks are not declared or announced. In case you are practicing standard mock tests for first time and the score is more than 85% based on your confidence level, you may appear for PMP exam. PMP Pass at First Attempt 6C Success Formula. Content. Study and cover entire subject content of ECO. Concept. Have clarity of concepts. Concentrate. Focus and concentrate on key words. Context. Understand context of the question. Common sense. Use common sense. Common sense is combination of your IQ plus experience plus intuition. Confidence. Have confidence on the day of exam. 3D formula. This is a very powerful formula, applicable in many aspects of life. First D, desire. Have a strong desire or dream to achieve something great in our life. This is a compelling force internally propels and motivates to get your target. Here in this case have strong desire to add prestigious PMP tag to your name. Second D, determination. Have strong willpower. Yes, I will win attitude. When you determine, all your energy concentrates and directs all your efforts unidirectional to achieve your objectives and cherished dreams. So, have a strong determination to pass the PMP exam. Third D, dedication. Of course, once you determine to achieve, put in and dedicate maximum possible time and efforts. For PMP exam preparation you have to dedicate at least 3 hours daily for around 2 to 3 months. Once adopted 3D formula, then be committed to your goal. Practice, practice, practice. There is no shortcut to success. Especially, to succeed in PMP exam you have to study a variety of study materials, practice a lot of mock tests. Most of you must be working professionals. Despite your daily busy schedules, you have to carve out some time for PMP exam preparations. Manage your time well, schedule your preparations, trust in yourself. Once you believe in ourselves, then you have a confidence. You gain strength and courage. Encouraged to move forward in a right direction. Confidence is a greatest success key in your hand. So, have a confidence, reach out to the exam, write the exam, then confidently move out with success. Good luck. All the best. God bless you.
Thank you for listening the video. For more details contact SN Panigrahi at the below contact details.